The Phoenix Within. In the quiet corners of a bustling city, there lived a man named Elias. His mind was a tempest, a storm that raged relentlessly. Anxiety and depression clung to him like shadows, their icy fingers tightening around his heart. Each day was a battle, and Elias fought with the ferocity of a wounded animal. His world had shrunk to the size of his dingy apartment. The walls whispered secrets of despair, and the flickering bulb above his head seemed to mock him. Elias had lost his job, his friends, and even the will to step outside. His bed became both refuge and prison. But within this darkness, a spark glimmered, a stubborn ember refusing to be extinguished. Elias remembered his grandmother's words, "Adversity reveals character." He clung to that thought like a lifeline. One morning, he stumbled upon an old journal. Its pages were yellowed, ink fading, but the words danced with life. It belonged to his great-grandfather, a survivor of war and famine. Elias read tales of resilience, of a man who had faced unimaginable odds and emerged stronger. Inspired, Elias decided to embark on a journey, a pilgrimage of the soul. He stepped out into the world he had long abandoned. The sun blinded him, but he squinted, determined. He walked to the nearby park, where trees whispered ancient wisdom. There, he met Lila, an elderly woman feeding pigeons. Lila had her own battles, a heart scarred by loss, eyes that had seen too much pain. Yet, she smiled at Elias, and her smile held galaxies. They sat on a bench, sharing stories. Lila spoke of resilience, of how suffering could forge diamonds from coal. Elias listened, tears streaming down his face. He realized that pain need not break him. It could mold him into something new. Lila became his mentor, teaching him mindfulness, meditation, and the art of breathing through storms. Days turned into weeks. Elias painted his pain, vivid strokes of anguish and hope. He wrote letters to the moon, confessing his fears and dreams, and he ran, each step pounding out the demons within. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Elias stood on a cliff. The wind tugged at his hair, and the abyss yawned before him. But he remembered Lila's words, "Sometimes, you must leap to find your wings." With trembling legs, he jumped, not into the void, but into life. Elias sought therapy, opened up to friends, and volunteered at a shelter. He planted flowers in barren soil, whispering, "Even broken things can bloom." His mind remained a tempest, but Elias learned to dance in the rain. He became an advocate, sharing his story to destigmatize mental illness. People listened, their hearts touched by the raw vulnerability of his words. One day, Lila handed him a feather. "A phoenix's feather," she claimed. "You've risen from ashes," she said. "Now soar." And so, Elias did. He soared above the city, wings of courage and scars of resilience. His suffering had not vanished, but it had transformed. Elias knew he was not alone. He carried the stories of countless others, their pain, their hope. The phoenix within became a legend, a beacon for those lost in their own storms. Elias knew that life was not about avoiding suffering. It was about rising despite it. And as he looked at the horizon, he whispered, "Thank you, Lila. Thank you for teaching me to fly."